Well, let's head on over back to the east, right? So today, if you head up to the Appalachian Mountains, you can find limestone, a rock that we know is formed in shallow marine environments that is just chock full of marine fossils, seashells, and other organisms that lived in the ocean. Right? So how do you think, how is it possible for rocks that are formed in the ocean to make it so high up into our mountains, all the way up into the Appalachian Mountains, which is way above modern sea level? The answer is that they were pushed there, right? They were formed below sea level. And then because of a convergent margin, because of tectonics, they were pushed up into the mountains, raised above sea level, where we now find them today. Now, what happened, the way they were pushed, was that at the beginning of the Paleozoic, Eastern North America looked a lot like Western North America did back then, right? It was flat, it was a passive margin, not much tectonic activity happening. This is when there was a shallow ocean, a lot of invertebrate species were dying, their fossils were being preserved, right? Gradually though, it changed. So just like on the West Coast, it went from a passive margin to an active margin, the same thing happened here. And there were pulses of orogeny, or pulses of mountain building events. The very first one to happen is called the tectonic orogeny. And this is when a small island arc collided with Laurentia, collided with the east coast of what we now call North America, starting the creation of the Appalachian Mountains. It didn't create the entirety of the Appalachian Mountains, but it started that process. Right? So if we look at an image of what North America looks like today, overlain by what it looked like back at this time, you can see that we have the tectonic highlands shown in brown. So not the Appalachian Mountains yet, not huge mountains, but an area of high elevation there along our coast. And again, these events helped create the eventual Appalachian orogenic belt, that mountain chain.